This is a question that has kept automotive engineers up at night, working hard to find the perfect solution. What is the ideal color for a car's headlights? You might think it's obvious. White? Like the sun. That's what most cars use, right? Well, not exactly. Most use a yellowish hue, and that's no accident. But why did they choose this color? Wouldn't a whiter light help us see better and be safer at night? The answer might surprise you, and it has to do with more than just visibility. Headlights have come a long way since the days when drivers used to carry kerosene lanterns while driving. It wasn't until 1898 that the first electric headlamp was introduced. This innovation changed everything and paved the way for safer driving conditions at night. Since then, headlights have undergone several transformations, but they still leave a lot of questions unanswered. Why aren't they brighter? Why aren't they colored differently? And what is the significance of that yellow tint that you see in many headlights? These questions are not just idle curiosities. They point to an ongoing debate in the automotive industry about how to improve headlight design for better visibility and safety. In recent years, we've seen some interesting developments. For example, adaptive LED headlights that can change their intensity and direction depending on the angle of the steering wheel. But these innovations only scratch the surface of what is possible, and there is still much debate over the ideal color of a car's headlights. But before we get into the debate, let's take a look at how modern headlights work. Modern headlights use a variety of technologies, including halogen, xenon, and LED bulbs. Each has its own advantages and disadvantages in terms of brightness, longevity, and efficiency. Halogen headlights, for example, are relatively cheap and easy to manufacture, but they are not as efficient as xenon or LED lights. Xenon headlights, on the other hand, produce a brighter, whiter light, but they are more expensive and complex. LED headlights are becoming increasingly popular because they are energy efficient, long-lasting, and can be designed in a variety of shapes. But regardless of the technology used, all modern headlights are designed to meet certain standards. The Society of Automotive Engineers, or SAE, sets standards for the brightness and distribution of light from a vehicle's headlights. Headlights must also be designed to avoid glare, which can be caused by reflections or scattered light that impair the driver's vision. This is why modern headlights use diffusers and other optical elements to control the spread of light. The goal is to illuminate the road ahead without creating bright spots or harsh shadows that can cause glare. So what does the science say about the best color for headlights? Some studies suggest that a whiter light may be able to penetrate fog and rain better than a yellowish light. This could be useful in areas where bad weather is common, such as the Pacific Northwest or the Great Lakes region. Other studies have found that the color of a headlight can affect how well drivers perceive the size and distance of other vehicles. A whiter light may make other vehicles appear smaller, which could lead to rear-end collisions. But the color of headlights is not just a matter of visibility. It is also a matter of perception. Studies have shown that people perceive different colors of light differently. For example, blue light is often seen as more pleasant and less tiring than red light. This is why many nightclubs and bars use blue or purple lighting. Of course, not everyone agrees on what colors look best on a car. Some people prefer the classic yellow light, while others think that blue or purple headlights look cooler. Ultimately, the decision of what color to use is up to the manufacturer. But there are also legal restrictions on the colors that can be used for headlights. In the United States, for example, vehicles must have at least one white headlight and one white or amber turn signal light. Most states also prohibit the use of colored headlights other than for certain safety or emergency vehicles. This means that any manufacturer who wants to experiment with colored headlights will have to petition the government for permission to do so. Now let's talk about what's next for headlight design. As we've already discussed, there are a number of challenges associated with each color of light, and there is no one-size-fits-all solution. However, new technologies may soon make it possible to overcome some of these limitations. For example, laser headlights are becoming increasingly popular in Europe and Asia. Laser headlights are able to produce a more focused beam of light, which means that they can be more efficient and produce less glare. They also allow for more precise control over the shape and distribution of the light beam, which could potentially improve visibility even further. But what about colored laser headlights? Could we soon see blue or purple beams lighting up the night? It's possible, but but it would require a change in regulations and a lot of public buy-in. For now, most manufacturers are sticking to white light for their laser headlights as well, but that doesn't mean that we won't see some experimentation in the near future. After all, automotive lighting is not just about function, it's also about style. And manufacturers are always looking for new ways to make their vehicles stand out. But it's not just the color of the light that is important. The shape of the headlight can also affect how it is perceived by other drivers. For example, a vertical headlight may be seen as more aggressive or sporty, while a horizontal headlight may be seen as more stable and reliable. Manufacturers are constantly experimenting with new headlight shapes, and it's not uncommon to see concept cars with unusual or futuristic-looking headlights. However, there are some practical limitations to consider. The shape of a headlight can affect its aerodynamics, and it also needs to be durable and easy to manufacture. This means that most manufacturers will stick to tried-and-true shapes for their production cars. But that won't stop them from pushing the boundaries with concept vehicles. So what do you think? Should headlights be a specific color, or should manufacturers be allowed to experiment? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I also want to hear your experiences with different types of lighting and how they affected your driving. Have you ever driven in an area where the streetlights were colored? Or did you ever notice the color of a friend's car headlights? Let's start a conversation about this. And if you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this one. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. And remember, drive safe. If you love cars, you probably love watching videos about them. But what if you could experience cars in a whole new way? Welcome to our channel, where we take you behind the scenes to explore the hidden world of automotive engineering and design, from the smallest details to the biggest innovations. We're here to help you understand what makes cars tick. Join us every week for new videos that dig deep into the technology, history, and culture of cars. Whether you're a gearhead or just curious about the machines that move us forward, we've got something for everyone. So sit back, relax, and get ready to learn. Who knows? You might just become a car expert yourself.